Today I want to do a basic procedures on a basic operation on a Hurricane 828 for you guys. Let you know basically what you need to do whenever you're very first getting this on the job. Uh, Very first thing you want to do is check all the fluids, check all the oil, hydraulic oil, the engine oil, and the oil in the blower. Your engine oil is going to be inside the compartment of the engine. Here's your hydraulic oil. You want to make sure that that's up there a ways, which right there is actually pretty good. And then on your blower, on the other side, whenever it is not running, your blower oil should be filled all the way up in the sight glass. Whenever the PTO is engaged, that sight glass would only be about halfway full. So you have a sight glass in the front and you have a sight glass in the back for the oil on the blower. You just want to make sure that that's all good. Once you do that, very first thing that you want to do when you get it on a job site, whenever you're setting up, is setting up your outriggers. On this machine, it does have a hydraulic lift points on the front. That's what these things are right here. They'll lift it up. If you look here on the side, you have handles, and it will tell you right there. So the one on the left is the handle to lift the jacks up in the front. You can lift them all the way up and then let your jacks down here to get a level front, and then you want to get your back leveled as well. So basically those are your outriggers to be able to get it stable. Once you get it stable, you get it running. I'd run the engine for about 5 minutes before starting anything else. Once you do get it started, a proper way to engage this PTO is to bump it, bump it, bump it as it's running at 900,000 RPMs, wherever the idle is on the machine itself. Bump it about 5 or 6 times before you fully engage it. And then once you engage, I just let it sit there and run for a couple minutes. Make sure that you don't have any smoke or dust coming out of those stacks. If you do have dust coming out those stacks, like that one right there, that means that one of your filters inside your bag house has a hole in it, and it's letting dust get through to come into your secondary filters, which is what those two compartments are right there. And if it's getting dust past those, that dust is going through the blower, and that's where we've been having damage with the blower, because the dust will get through the blower, and then once it goes through the blower, it scars up the walls, and then you would have dust coming out the top there. Anytime this machine's running, you should have just clean air coming out the top, no dust. If you have any dust, then we have a big problem. This is the major thing. If you see that light on, that plug filter light, that will make the machine not run. And if that is on, that definitely means that you have, the filters are clogged up completely. So once you get past that point and you don't have any dust coming out of the top of the machine or what have you, you have your timer here that you can set. So you can say, okay, I want to vacuum for 5 minutes, and then I want to dump for 30 seconds. However you want to adjust that, you adjust it, properly to as the job needs. Once you get that adjusted, up here you have the bag house, the dump system, vibrator, and auger. Do not worry about the auger. It is not connected. It's something that you're not going to be needing. If so, please call and we'll talk about that. But the vibrator you want to keep on, the dump system on, and the bag house on. The bag house is going to make that's your pulsators. So that's what's going to make your pulsators and all that work. Once you kick this one, and that one on, it's going to take about 20 seconds, and then the timer is going to kick in, and then whatever you got this set at is where the machine is going to work. That's how it's going to work. So it'll take about 20 seconds after you flip them switches up top before your timer engage and the vacuum will start working. Once it starts working, you just want to make sure that you hear that those are your pulsators up there. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pulsators. Once you have everything running, you should be able to hear every one of those kick in and exhaust about every, I don't know, between 5 and 10 seconds. I don't know what the timer is set on them, but about every 5 or 10 seconds you should hear those kick in. This machine is equipped with its own compressor, so it builds up its own air. Here's the compressor that's running that air. It's going to build up the air into your tank, which I'll show you around the corner here. It builds up air into this tank, which then that feeds your whole system. So, and as you see there on the side, it says drain daily. Please undo that ball valve at the bottom to drain this daily so it doesn't build up with water. You can drain that daily, and then as well you have another one right here that says drain daily, and that's for that tank up there at the top for your pulsator, so that'll drain all the water or any condensation that's inside there, so you have to drain that daily as well. Other than that, whenever it goes in the dump cycle, your vibrator will kick on. That's this piece down here. That'll kick on and run to knock all the dust down at the bottom of the tank. Other than that, that's the basic things that you need to know about this. One thing major that you do not do is leave your PTO engaged whenever you shut the machine off. So before you shut the machine off, make sure you disengage that PTO. Other than that, if you have any questions, give me a call.